Hi, friends. This is your pal, Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about American politics, and I want to talk about the reckoning that's happening right now with the Democrats. So the Democrats are in a lot of trouble. They're in a lot of trouble. They really are. There's a few things that are happening with them right now. I think one of the things that's happening with them right now that we need to talk about and really recognize is that they are in a reckoning right now. So what is happening with the Democrat Party? So one, they're thoroughly defeated. Donald Trump has literally shattered the foundations of the Democrat Party. And they're really not functioning as a Democrat Party. I think they said this on Pod Save America that the best way to think about the Democrat Party right now is as a book club, right? A lot of great ideas, a lot of discussion, right? No power, right? They don't have the power to win anything, right? Republicans have won so hard, right, that they control literally every lever of the government right now, and literally half the leaders in the world are literally coming and bending the knee to American King Donald Trump, right? And there seems to be almost a collective understanding that Donald Trump is not even, he's more than an American, he is a global king. He is a global king. I think, and we've never seen that before. We've never seen anything like this before. And the Democrats, and the reason why is we now have a president that is doing things so fast that the mainstream media, the media can't even talk about the things he's doing as fast as he's doing them. This all comes from one, Donald Trump, showing the force of will to be reelected, and using Steve Bannon's flood the zone. It is astonishing. They will be writing books about this for a century to come. This will change American politics for 500 years. There's no two ways about this. It's changing everything. But right now, there's a reckoning coming for the Democrats. And why is there a reckoning? Well, what they did was pretty horrible, right? So first of all, I remember in 2020 having a conversation. This very nice lady called me on the phone, and I had been campaigning for Andrew Yang. I was really for Andrew Yang in 2020, and she's like, "Okay, listen, Andrew's out, right? But you need to vote Biden." And I'm like, "He's 80 years old. I have no confidence, and he doesn't seem sharp now. This is outrageous. He is not fit to lead, right?" And she assured me, she's like, "Oh no, you're so wrong." I was right. And I'm not kidding. I believe the actual numbers about 140 million Americans knew that he was not fit for service. He was sleepy, forgetful, and those are the nicest things you could say about him. There are some very cruel things you could say about him. He was our president. I'm not going to say those things, right? But he slept on the job, and he forgot more than he remembered. And he had no business being elected. And the country said this to the Democrats. They said, and they're like, no, trust, he'll be fine. They knew, and they gaslit America for 4 years that America had a real president. We did not have a real president between 2020 and 2024. I don't believe he ever read a single page or made a single governing decision, right? He was weekend at birdied. It was very, very bad. And the Democrats are caught with their hand in the cookie jar on this one, right? They tried to gaslight America. It failed, right? And who did it fail thanks to? In my humble opinion, George Clooney and Nancy Pelosi. They stopped it. They're like, this is it. We can't do this, right? We can't, we've already been figuratively weekend at burning him. If we keep doing this, we will literally be weekend at burning him. We can't do this anymore, right? And thank you to George Clooney and thank you to Nancy Pelosi, who, in my opinion, stopped Biden's candidacy. Then they put in Kamala Harris as a placeholder. I believe she was a silent surrender. I don't think she was ever intended to win. She was just a placeholder, right? Because they knew when Biden was out that it was done. They were cooked in the book, right? So at this point, there's a reckoning. And what's happening with the Democrats right now is they are trying to find something to agree on, right? Because, scolding and school marming and shaming America about woke nonsense is not a winning strategy. And the one good thing is the Democrats are having an open conversation about that right now, right? And there are some good ideas coming out. I couldn't believe this. I think the best idea they've had so far is Bill Maher is like, the Democrats need to get a Trump. Who is that? He nailed it. Right now it's John Fetterman, right? John Fetterman had pro-Palestine uh, um, supporters come to his house. He got on the roof of his house and waved an Israeli flag. That is, and Fetterman is a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat. He connects with blue-collar voters. He can talk to regular Americans in a way that they understand and they appreciate. He doesn't school-marm anybody. He doesn't shame anybody. He doesn't scold anybody, and he certainly doesn't like try to defend those values, right? So that's a huge change, right? And so there are ideas, right? But right now there is a massive reckoning happening for the Democrats, and right now they are completely adrift. Now that's okay. They have a year. They even have 2 years. They can be adrift for 2 years. After 2 years, they got to get their crap together, and they got to lock it down and actually put up a real candidate. Kamala Harris was not a real candidate. I said it when she was running. She was a silent surrender. I think that's clear as day now. She was never intended to win, right? And the Democrats need to, and I really think the Democrats collectively need to apologize for gaslighting America that Biden was ever a real candidate, and assure America that the deep state, puppet masters are gone on their side, and actually make that true. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.